Well, as a realtor.
That's me. Yeah, realtor.
Yep.
Yeah.
You bet you get a lot of phone calls.
Sometimes too many phone calls.
Yes.
And you know what else? I was telling my buddy today how upset I am about all these insurance people texting me every day. Nothing against insurance people particularly. It's about the fact that I get a text message every day about
something else.
Me wanting insurance.
How much insurance do you need? You know, maybe you're underinsured.
No, I'm plenty insured.
Okay.
I am. I promise.
Okay.
It's like, what the heck, dudes? Stop texting me. And I say no, right? And I say stop, and they say, okay, you've been unsubscribed. And then guess what? The next day, it's somebody else.
Somebody else. You've been unsubscribed from their list, but resubscribed to a different list.
How many lists are there?
I don't know.
365 of them this
year. I guess it could go on and on.
Pivotal Moments podcast.
Yes.
We're going to talk about your pivotal moments.
Okay, let's talk about them.
Ladies and gentlemen, Natalie Paramore.
Yes.
Ah,
that's correct.
Yeah, very cool. Welcome. You're in South Austin.
I'm in South Austin.
ATX.
Yes.
Native?
Not native.
No.
But I've been here since I was 18, so I've been here quite some time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And what brought you here?
UT, University of Texas.
That's a great reason.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then I was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to hang out. I think I'm going to stay.
So you've been hanging out.
Yep.
You built a family up.
Yep.
Congrats.
Sure did.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
And you just had, how old's...
I have a baby boy, which he's actually 2.5 now, so technically a toddler. Yeah.
That's got to be fun.
Busy.
One.
Just one.
Okay.
One and done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Adopted a little puppy.
Oh, no.
So she's so adorable. Yeah.
What kind?
We got her DNA test back, and she's mostly Chihuahua and Shih Tzu.
Chihuahua and Shih Tzu.
I know.
Let me try to figure that one out.
She's a little mix.
Shih Tzu? Chihuahua? That's going to be interesting looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, you kind of can't tell. It's kind of funny.
You can't tell what she is?
Yeah, but she's got these big furry ears.
Yeah.
They go up and down. It's real cute. She looks like a little bat or something.
That's cute.
She's real cute.
And you know something? Mixing anything with a Chihuahua is going to be cute.
And yeah, she's super tiny. It's cute. We very happy to have her around. She's been a great dog so far.
Now, the Chihuahua themselves. I don't know. I just don't know. Natalie.
I gotta say,
Tell me.
when we got the DNA test back, I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, Chihuahua, she's gonna be yappy, she's gonna be annoying, like what's gonna happen? No, she like barely barks. She's super chill. Like her personality is more that of a Shih Tzu. She's like kind of lazy. She likes snuggle.
Shih Tzus are lazy?
Oh yeah.
You're kidding me.
Oh, yeah. They were bred for like thousands of years just to like keep people warm. It's great.
What?
Yeah.
Like a mink?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, when we adopted her, so I got really into dog DNA. Just to be like, okay, what do I got my hands on here? And so
What's her name?
Her name's Lulu.
That's a cute name.
She's the cutie pie. And,
like the lemon.
Yeah, we like her.
Wow.
I'm going to keep her.
So, yeah, I hope so. And what so you said you adopted her. Where did you?
We adopted her from a adoption agency in San Antonio, actually.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Not the good old ATX Pets Alive.
We went there and we looked, and the one dog we were interested in was no longer available. And we knew we wanted a small dog. So we went through a agency that just rescues small dogs.
That's cool. Just small dogs.
Just small
Not
dogs.
baby dogs, but
Not
like the size.
Yes, because just like any different breeds and different sizes, they have different needs, right?
Yeah.
So like Great Danes need certain things, whatever. Anyway, so small dogs.
That's true.
Yeah, so small dogs have certain, and they live a very long time. So you have to be able to
What?
Our last small dog lived to be almost 18. So it's a commitment. It's a commitment.
Oh my gosh, it's like a parrot.
When you get a small dog, it's literally like raising a child. So.
Oh my God, 18. That's a huge commitment.
Yeah.
So, let's get down to brass tacks, shall we? Folks, that was fun. Never said that one before on here. And Natalie, why don't you start off with no wrong place to start, by the way.
Okay.
Tell us your story.
My story?
Wow.
Gosh, well, I think the interesting part of my story probably starts, moved to Austin, to go to UT, then graduated in 2008. So it was a very interesting time to graduate college.
How come?
Well, I don't know if you're old enough to remember, Greg, but
that's hilarious. Yeah.
But it was the middle of the recession.
Yeah, right. 2007 was like a crash, and 2008 was like more crash.
Yeah, kind of not a lot of like jobs, especially for people with like zero work experience, like myself.
Yeah.
So I actually stuck around, went to grad school, and did that for 2 years. Graduated. Then I got a job, and I did not enjoy it. It was like an office job.
What were you doing?
I was actually working for the state of Texas.
Was everybody twice your age?
Everybody was like at least twice my age. It's in a little cubicle. It was a little depressing, disheartening for like a 24-year-old. Anyways, so I started my blog. That's kind of like, that was in 2011.
Right.
So started, just would come home from work and started cooking. Also, about that time, Austin's restaurant scene was sort of budding when I was in my mid-20s. So that was like a very exciting time to just be out and about.
And where would you say it is now if it was budding then? What phase would you say it's in now?
The restaurant scene? I feel like it's kind of an interesting time, I feel like, in the restaurant world. I feel like you're seeing kind of like what you're seeing in the economy. Like, you're seeing like a lot more high-end and a lot more like, affordable, sort of like fast casual kind of places. And I feel like the food truck scene's pretty good here. Excellent, I would say. Yeah, and that middle tier, kind of like middle tier, higher end, but not fancy. I feel like that's kind of taken, I don't want to say like a hit, because there's definitely like a lot of still like fun and interesting things going on, but it's not as often, I feel like.
Would you mind sharing one specific example of a place like that you remember, or that is still in existence?
Still in existence today. Let's see. From 2011. I would say one of my favorite places that opened right about that time that's still open today is Elizabeth Street Cafe.
I've never been there, but it's like the second time it's been brought up in 30 days.
Well, it's still probably one of my favorite restaurants.
Where is that? East side?
It's on South First.
What?
Yeah. On the 04.
Yeah.
Right in my neighborhood.
By your spot. Huh.
My spot.
Okay.
And it's Vietnamese and French like fusion.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's good.
Vietnamese and French.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Right?
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah.
That's like a Keep Austin Weird type of place.
Well, kind of, yeah. But it's, if you're familiar with McGuire Mormon, they're a restaurant group. It was one of, not their first restaurants, but like I would say now they have dozens. And now that was one of probably their first like 5-ish.
Look, the more I talk with people that are like in restaurants, the more I'm understanding that people are familiar with restaurant groups.
Yes.
I'm not one of those people you get. I feel like it's only a matter of time. McGuire Mormon?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What other types of restaurants do they have?
Oh, let's see. They do Jeffrey's, Swedish
Jeffrey's.
Hill. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they're all owned by the same people.
Those are like the best places.
Yeah.
So that place must be great.
Yeah, Lambert's. What else they got? Lou's. They just took over. Why am I blanking on the name? But it's on the lake that everybody loves.
Mozart's?
No, not Mozart's.
That's not a restaurant.
Yeah, not a restaurant.
Yeah, on the lake that everybody loves.
Oh, I want to say it's Shoal Creek, but that's not it. Why am I blanking?
No,
not Oasis. Farther up. They do like...
Jack Allen's is not on the lake.
No. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm like, I can't even like picture it in my head. But it used to only get there like by like boat. Really cool. Anyways,
are you kidding me?
They like took it over and
dang.
Yeah. So they have several other places.
Not Eberly.
Not Eberly.
No. Okay.
Nope.
Because it wouldn't surprise me if they did. Because they seem like they're all kind of
Yeah.
Cool,
I would say they're
and,
like hip. Like
different.
Some are different. Some I feel like are classics.
Classics.
Yeah. They've got a lot of good spots.
Okay.
So what's your favorite restaurant?
Oh,
Greg?
snap. Wait.
Yeah. Turn this around. Tell me.
Oh, wow. I knew that was coming. Shoot.
Or maybe like top 3.
I should have thought of this like 30 seconds ago. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I even made a TikTok on this like last week, and I'm drawing a blank because I'm on the spot.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I like Bird Biscuit.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not.
Ooh, that one's good.
Yeah,
it's
for like
good.
a grab and go. Like order ahead.
Yes.
Pick it up at the window.
I mean, their biscuits are great. Their fried chicken is great. Like
slamming.
It's perfect.
Barbecue, roll and smoke.
Ooh.
Do you know roll and smoke?
I don't.
Oh, you gotta hit them up on the gram.
I've heard of it, but I haven't been there, so I need to get over there.
You know what I like about those guys?
Tell me.
They'll make stuff like different creations, and they won't sell them for like another 6 months.
Oh.
And they'll post them on Instagram, and you'll be like, "Oh snap! I gotta get some."
You gotta go now.
And you zip on over there, and you're like, "You still have any left?" And like, "Oh, we got like 4 left, man. You can have them." And it's like, oh, it's really fun. Yeah, it's fun. Those guys are cool. And then shoot, top 3, one more. Oh my goodness gracious, I love steak. But what's the best steak place? What is the best? Oh no,
Jeffrey's got to be up there.
Jeffrey's.
Yeah.
I almost went there a couple of months back.
Okay.
I didn't go though. Should I have gone?
Red Ash.
But
Red. Great steak. Great steak.
Who?
Red Ash.
Red Ash.
Right downtown.
My buddy Phil was like, Greg, on your list of top 3, you got to add Red Ash to that place.
It's incredible every time. They really knock it
Italiano.
out of the park. But it's like steak too. They do like a steakhouse. Yeah.
How about this?
Yeah.
My Italian friend said Red Ash she said that she could cook better.
Ooh.
I said, prove it.
Okay. Yeah, you need to go there. And then just gonna make something, and then you guys can compare.
I should be like, okay, replicate this dish. Let's see. That's funny. Yeah, so 3 Forks is pretty good, I think.
Oh yeah, excellent.
And yeah, it's hard to mess up a steak, I think. I think it's hard to mess up.
Hard to mess up, but also, it takes skill to do it perfectly every time. You
got a great point.
Yeah. It's kind of like, it's always good, but there's also like, to achieve excellence, that takes like a lot of work.
You like steak.
I do.
I could tell.
Almost to the point where like, I like my steak better than going out a lot.
Whoa.
Because we just...
Gas grill? Cast iron?
Cast iron.
Whoa.
All the way, yeah.
And with the butter. And you put it, and you go like that over and over again?
Yep.
Is that right?
You like baste it.
You baste it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that Gordon Ramsay video where he's doing that. Or those TikTok videos where like they're like out on a campfire and they got their cat. Oh my God.
So good.
Okay, yeah, so all right, that's awesome. Wow. I'm getting so hungry right now. This is a terrible idea.
I'm glad this is like sort of towards the end of the day, like so I can have an early dinner after this.
Yeah, we're gonna be ready for dinner, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
And then you finished. You went to grad school. You finished up, and then what happened?
And then I didn't like working an office job.
Right.
Started my blog.
Your blog, yeah.
I did that for a couple years, and it took probably like 3 years. And then I got an offer from a PR firm to come work for them because at this point it had kind of, this was like, Instagram was like just like a little like baby social media. It wasn't really like anything big. Twitter had to like come out just before that. Facebook had been around a bit. And so I had kind of like grown my blog, grown my like following, so to say. It's like very different than it is today where it's like social media, TikTok, stuff like that. And I'd also done a lot of photography. That was like something I kind of picked up along the way. Pinterest had come out at the time. And so if you were into like cooking and recipes, you wanted your photos to look really good so you could put them on Pinterest. Right?
Definitely.
I kind of, and they were like, hey, we need someone to come in and like take pictures of all of they were hospitality PR, public relations group. And so they represented a lot of like restaurants, hotels, stuff like that. And they were like, we need someone to come in and basically like you have had become friends with a lot of like people in restaurant industry and
really
started taking a lot of photos. And so they were like, we need someone like you. And they're like, we'll teach you PR. And I was like, cool. And they were like, do you know how to write a press release? And I was like, what's that? Like, I had no idea. Like, what even that was.
You're friends with people in the industry here?
Well, I mean, I gotta say, I've been out of the game for a while in the restaurant group, but I still keep tabs. Still have friends.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, cool.
Yeah. So I worked for that PR group for a while. So that kind of like really changed my life. I really enjoyed that time, but I was busy, working all the time. Also still doing my blog and like social media, as well as just like writing for different outlets. It's just
It's a lot of work.
A lot of work, but I like loved it because now my life was like about food.
Was Hubs in the picture at this time?
He was not. We actually met right before I started the blog. We dated for a little bit, broke up.
Oh.
Yeah, we were long distance at that time. He lived in Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, it didn't
Not my
work
thing
out.
either.
Yeah, it didn't work
Too far.
out. So then I, started doing all of this and we wound up coming back together a couple years later. And then we've been together ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So it seems like you've got some, let's bullet point these actually. Some career highlights.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell us about those. What are you most proud of what you've accomplished throughout your journey so far? In the food space.
In the food space. Well, I mean,
or career space, anything, whatever you want to pick. Whatever. Yeah.
I have I guess a couple. I mean, I gotta say, probably my greatest achievement or whatever is just being able to make a career out of taking pictures about food and writing about it. People pay me to do that now.
People.
Yeah, or companies. But yeah, both.
Really?
And that wasn't a thing when I graduated. People were kind of cool, your little blog, that's so cute,
Yeah, but you believed in yourself.
I just I was well, what do I got to lose?
And you loved it.
And I loved it. I still love it.
You still love it?
I still love it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty miraculous and amazing because it wasn't much of a quote unquote thing.
Right. It wasn't
back in the day.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And then somebody randomly called you? The first pivot point. The PR firm.
I think they invited me to an event at a restaurant and got to talking. At this particular one, it was all women. Got to talking to them, sort of made friends, and then they were like, "Hey, do you want to work with us?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course."
What?
Because I was still doing my other day job, and all of this was outside of work. And I was like, "Oh, I'd give anything to And so they were kind of taking a chance on me because I had no experience per se professionally, at least in this public relations world, which I didn't even know what that was. Well, honestly, at the time,
college curriculum about public relations,
right?
Yeah,
and now even social media, and at the time, I had my graduate degree in psychology and public administration. I was working with nonprofits and government entities. Nothing. Anything related to what I do today. So it's kind of interesting. And definitely I feel the mantra kind of when I was a kid and then getting into college was kind of you got to get a steady career, something accounting or whatever, this it wasn't if you love to take pictures, see where that takes you. That wasn't a thing, People were not definitely family, teachers, stuff like that were not encouraging of my creative pursuits. So I feel it's pretty cool that, I've been able to be no, I take pictures and now video and talk about food all day. And with people will actually give you money for that. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
When you sit there and kind of think about it, they're like, will you make a recipe for us with this product? And here's money. And you're like, wow, cool.
Yes.
That's a thing. That's a thing that happens.
Artistry. It's artistry.
Artistry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're creating something.
Yeah.
That no one's ever done before also.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're hey, use this product and make food out of it. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
What if hypothetical, this is probably not true. What is there hey, here's some Oreos, please make some food out of this. Is that a real example or no? Or is it here's a specific type of bread or what's a real?
Those are all things that can and / have happened.
Oh, so let's say they did give you Oreos.
Yeah.
Is it your role to create a totally new dish? Totally different?
Sometimes. Oh. And sometimes it might be more just use this and make a cool video and or sometimes it'll be something for holiday or there'll be certain parameters we want no bake or a 30-minute or less recipe. Usually there's some sort of kind of thing, but for the most part, especially at this point, I have thousands of posts and hundreds of recipes. They kind of know what I'm about and they'll be approach with something that fits. So
that's what
most of the time.
Yeah. That is very interesting. I didn't know a role like that really existed. And you've got a niche, I'd say.
Yeah.
You're the go-to.
It didn't exist 10 years ago.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. So I'm curious, because it seems like you found some great success. You're a professional at what you do. All right.
It's very validating, Greg. Thank you.
well, it seems to be that way, at least. Yeah. So you're at this place in your life to where people are reaching out to you. That says a lot. And I've got to know, is there anything beyond, in your eyes, what do you have going on right now? Is there a quote unquote next step in the field specifically? Like, let's say, for example, you're like CEO and then you're the CFO and then all of a sudden you become CEO, right? And that's the top of the top of the top in that particular
like
thing.
In the corporate ladder.
Sure. Yeah. Now, what about in your space specifically? Is it like being on television maybe? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know.
I mean, I think that would be cool to do like a show, but the kind of cool thing is sort of like, it's like, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, like that is the show.
That's the show.
That's the show. This podcast, that's the show.
Wow, it's so entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like sometimes I used to actually do TV spots quite a bit, and it was like, but it was promoting, my blog, my work.
Yeah.
It would be like, here's a recipe, but like come here for more. So it's kind of like a cool type of situation to be in, I guess. So sort of like next steps, I've been working on since the beginning of the year. It's been a little more cumbersome than I thought, but I also knew it would be hard. But it's sort of like, you start doing something and you're like, whoa, wow, there's a lot of back work on this. But I am launching a sauce brand. And so I've been working on that all year. So I'm very excited about that. We've finally made a little bit of headway. So I'm hoping that in the new year, we'll actually be able to start having a little bit more movement and hopefully get into some shelves.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's music to my ears.
Yeah. So that's kind of my personal next step. I think the cool thing about, like this entrepreneurial social media space is like, there aren't any rules.
There's no rules.
Yeah. You are your own boss. Like you want to write a book, you want a podcast, do a podcast. Like you want to do a show, do a show. Like, just do it and then, let it go. Put it out into the ether, see what happens.
No limits.
No limits. Yeah. It's like scary, but yet, because there's no security either. It's sort of like, you don't work, you don't eat. So, which for me would be a very, very sad thing to not eat.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Sad. But, I do enjoy not having, anybody tell me where to be every day besides myself.
Yeah. That's great. And I got to touch upon the sauce things real quick. Okay. Myself and I'm speaking on behalf of all my buddies because I don't hang out with dudes that don't like sauces.
Yeah.
I don't because I think that people that aren't sauce people are, I don't know, they're a little dry.
You did not say that. You went there.
Yeah. And I can't wait. What kind of, you got to give us some. All
right, so they're going to be fresh, refrigerated.
Whoa.
So, not in a jar.
Yeah.
They will be in a container because it's sauce.
Yeah.
But, the goal is to sell sort of these, like, fresh sauces. They're going to be gluten-free. They're vegan.
Oh, awesome. I love that.
Yep. Just, and the great thing is just they're fresh. They're delicious. You can use them on anything. They're great as marinade.
What kind of names are you going to have for these things? What kind of names? Because you can get pretty crazy with sauces.
Yeah.
There's some weird ones, the wild ones out there.
We don't have a name quite yet.
Not yet. But you're going to get some.
We're going to get some
And
names.
I can't wait to see what you roll out for these names.
When we get a little bit farther, I got to bring them back here.
Holy smokes.
Try them on the podcast.
A sauce taste test?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll try them all.
Yeah.
What am I going to dip in them? Should I bring some chicken wings?
You can bring chicken wings.
Should I? Or like pizza crust?
Ooh, yeah, pizza crust would be good.
And some, yeah.
I do like to put some of the sauces on pizza. It's pretty good.
Yeah. And what else do you dip in sauce? What else? Carrots?
Carrots are a great one. I like to personally put them on pasta because I'm a pasta person.
Oh.
Yeah.
A pasta person. Red ash. Pasta and steak.
Pasta and steak.
Two of your favorite things.
Yeah.
Okay.
What more can you ask for?
Okay. So, what I'm getting at with this whole thing, right? You've climbed to great heights in the space over time, right? I mean, how long ago was that, right?
Yeah, it started in 2011. So we're here in 2022, almost 2023. So yeah.
Long time.
Over a decade.
So you've seen a lot, you've done a lot. I got to know, because all great successes, if they were easy, everybody would do it, right?
Right.
And I would assume that it wasn't easy to get where you're at in your field here. What kind of travesty and hardships did you face along the way?
I think it's kind of been like a slow climb for me.
Slow climb.
Yeah, you know, being in the space, certain like people or certain ideas sort of can kind of like take off, or they might have like greater success faster than you. So sometimes it's hard when you're kind of like, hey, why am I not getting that sort of like attention or whatever? But having been around and as long as I have, there's something I think about just being like steady and just persistent. What
I'm hearing is, well, tell me if I'm wrong, okay? That is the hardship, to be consistent and persistent.
Yeah.
That's the hard thing.
Yeah.
Because not everybody, has something like crazy happen in their lives, right? And that's great, but perhaps having to keep chipping away every day for over 10 years to get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
Just enduring that.
Yeah.
And how have you endured that? How have you?
I think it's kind of just like, it's for me at least, it's a mindset. It's kind of like one of the things where it's like
mindset.
Yeah. You're just like, those people, like I'm a morning person. I know that, some people love that. Some people hate it to hear that, but just like, it's like you get up every morning and you like work out and you like make the smoothie and you drink the water and you like do all of these things. And it's kind of like, because in, 20 years, I'm going to feel better, because, it's going to help my life. Like it helps it a little bit today. I feel better, but it's really about doing that every day, sort of kind of a thing. And then, I think for me, with the blog and just chipping away at it and not necessarily having any like lightning success or like, there's different bloggers, have a lot more like funding and like different things like that. It provides me a lot of freedom, but, at the same time, it's just sort of like, I don't know, like kind of comes from within sort of, and now it's just sort of part of me. It's like, oh, well, if I don't blog, if I don't write, if I don't create, like, it's just sort of like who I am now. So, yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to piggyback off what you just said. So this phrase has kind of flashed itself in my mind a couple of times over the past 2 weeks. Okay, and the phrase is, how do I explain this? Here, I'll start from the beginning. I ask myself in the mornings a set of questions. One of those questions is, what would a fearless person do today? How would a fearless person carry themselves today? Right? And then eventually what I think happens over time is the answer becomes, a fearless person carries themselves like me. Right?
Yeah.
So I think in the beginning, you work to be that person, and you keep chipping away, pounding the stone, and eventually you said, like you just said now, it becomes a part of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it feels almost unnatural.
Right.
To not.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long did it take for all that to become part of you?
Certainly I feel like, especially the past like 2.5 years with like pandemic baby, there are some days where I'm just like, oh wow, like I don't know if I had got it in me today. But then, if you like skip, creating for a couple of days or a week or whatever, you're kind of like, you feel, it doesn't, you don't feel good, or I don't feel good. It's like
working out, right?
Yeah,
you're working out 7 days a week and all of a sudden you take a whole week off, you feel weird.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good. So you kind of start to feel it on yourself, so just like, and then like when you start doing it again, I feel like it's just like riding a bike. You're just like one foot after the other. You just start like chipping away back in it. And then I think a lot of kind of like, sorry, I keep like squeaking here with this chair.
Oh, no worries. It's okay.
I feel like one of the things that I've kind of like read lately is just sort of like, when you do something sort of like over and over again, and sort of like that is like the momentum, where it's like you don't like get up the confidence to do something. It's like you do something and then you get the confidence.
Yes. You got to jump in the pool.
It's like a result of the action. It's not like something you get beforehand. Yeah. So a lot of people are like waiting for the right moment, and it's like, no, there's never a right moment. You do it, and then you realize like, oh,
Oh, okay. Yeah. And there was a quote in a book. I don't remember which book. I don't know who said it. It said some people make or wait to make the right decision. And some people make the decision and then choose to make that decision right.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. It's sort of like a perfectionist and like a procrastinator, like flip sides of the same coin. Like it's never going to be perfect. So sometimes you just got to do it. You just got to move forward. Progress. Not
perfection.
Exactly.
Another key principle. Yeah. Okay. So goodness gracious. Yeah. This theme has presented itself so many times. I want to shed some more light on it. And what I mean by theme is like, it's like, people have this spirit inside of them. They can have this spirit inside of them that drives them forward and upward no matter what, right? And some people, they might not have unlocked that within themselves, and they might be stuck, and they might be sad, and things.
Yes.
Okay, so how or what is it about you in particular that gives you this drive to continue to move forward and upward? Despite whatever is going on, despite not being perfect, despite all this stuff, what is that about? Where does that come from? Or how do you channel that?
I mean, I don't know where it comes from, other than I feel like I've always sort of been this way. I didn't have anyone, there sort of being like, you're doing so great, sweetie. I was like,
no one said that.
They say it now.
Now they say it.
Yeah,
wow.
But I think a lot of people are like, oh, like, why would you spend your time doing that? Like, that's a waste of time. No one's paying you to do this. And I was like, well, not yet. I was like, well, they're never going to pay me to do it if I don't do it.
Time out. People have said that?
Absolutely. When I started the blog, people didn't understand. Blogging wasn't a thing. I was like, I started a website, and they're like, huh? I don't get it.
No, now when they said those things to you, because somebody could be experiencing this right now, where they've got this grand idea and they believe in themselves, they want to do it, and then there's naysayers. Yeah. In your case, did people say that to deter you to accomplish? Were they trying to put you down on purpose, or was it like just a confusion, or what did that look like?
I think it's all of the things.
What?
I think it's like less. I think I choose to have this mindset of like, give people the benefit of the doubt, and like most people they just don't know. So I think a lot of it comes from curiosity. And I think a lot of it comes from kind of like what I was talking about earlier, like growing up, people are like, you need to pick a safe career. You need to pick something that sort of like, this didn't feel very safe because like nobody knew what it was, like, and didn't understand like the potential that could be there. It just wasn't like, well, like this isn't something you can major in, or this isn't like, who's going to hire you to do this? Or like, how are you going to make money? And it was kind of like, I don't know, like I love doing it. We'll figure it out later, and figured it out later.
You figured it out later.
Yeah.
I'm sure you figured a lot out along the way.
A lot out. And so many things. And just, but you would never figure it out if you never tried, you're never going to you can read about and try to educate yourself about things as much as you want, but like until you go out there and you do it, like how, there's no better way to learn, and there's no better way to like move forward, because I feel like a lot of time you like me with the sauce business, this was an idea I actually had like 10 years ago. But, at that time I didn't really know what I was doing, and I decided to like focus on this blog thing, and actually like reemerged when I was like reading some of my journals. Actually, I was like cleaning out a closet, found some like of my old business plans like from that time, and I was like, wow, interesting enough, like this was a great idea, like I should bring this back. And so I was like, let's make sauce. But now I have a lot more confidence because I've done so many of these things, because I moved myself forward, but had I stayed in that job, had I never blogged, would I be making sauce today? No way.
What the heck?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you pulled out some old journals. Mm-hmm. And it said something along the lines of making sauces in there.
Yeah.
And you said, I'm bringing this back.
Yeah.
Whoa. How old is the journal? Years.
Oh, God. Yeah. It had to have been 10 years old.
10 years old.
Yeah.
You know something? I think that's a calling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you're in alignment. You're in alignment with what you're called to do. At least is what I see from the outside.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
I mean, I think so. I think there's definitely, it's kind of like that thing of like playing to your strengths, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I still made this sauce like all the time for myself. And I was just kind of like, hey, one thing I hear, the great thing about social media is like you get a lot of feedback, right?
Yeah.
And so I kind of have like two types of followers. So like one type of my followers, they love to cook. They like love the recipes. They make them, they share them. It's amazing. Then my other side of followers, they're like, I love they're like spectators. Like they like love like watching cooking shows, but they're not actually going to make anything. So they're like, I don't want to make your food. I want to buy your food. And I'm like, well, I mean, I'm never going to I don't know. I didn't want to open a restaurant. And I still don't know if that's in the cards for me, especially having worked in and around restaurants so much. It's a whole thing. Not saying never, but maybe not right now. And definitely not right now. But anyways, and I was like, well, how am I ever going to sell my food to people? And then, and that was sort of something that's reoccurred throughout the years for my followers. And then I saw, this journal came up and I was like, oh, there it is. Well, you want something to buy? I'm going to give you something to buy.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And great.
Yeah. Thanks.
That's fun.
Yeah. So it's like, and sauce is great. It's something, even people who don't necessarily cook a lot, it's something they can enjoy and eat. It's ready to eat.
Yeah.
But you can also put it on pasta or put it with meat or put it with veggies, however, and feels yeah.
Yeah. And how are people going to get the sauce?
Well, the idea is going to be to get it into grocery stores and specialty food stores and stuff.
Wow. Interesting.
And then, you just can go pick it up. Of course, it'll be available for shipping online, but, I don't feel like it's a fresh sauce. So I feel like most people are going to want to buy this, where they purchase food.
Okay. Heather Emerson. Have you ever heard of Heather Emerson before?
With
Prep to Your Door?
Yes. Yes, I know Heather.
What do you mean you know Heather? What do you mean you know
Well, if
Heather?
you want to dig back into my social media,
let's dig.
When they first launched Prep to Your Door, we worked together. And
at Whole Foods?
No, not at Whole Foods. When they launched Prep to Your Door, she reached out to me as a social media person to promote Prep to Your Door. And I did, because I thought it was a wonderful, wonderful concept. Okay. It was very on par with a lot of the things, sustainability, fresh, healthy food, ready to eat, really bringing it to the people. And I thought that was super cool. And so we worked together for a long time and we're still in touch today. They're expanding, growing. I think really their mission is super, super cool.
Okay.
Big fans of Prep to Your Door.
Well, yeah.
Like I said, I've been around a long time, Greg.
That's funny. Yeah, I was gonna introduce you to her because she was on my show yesterday.
No way! Oh my God, I can't wait to hear her episode. She's super inspiring.
Yeah, she's fired up.
She has got a really cool story, and Prep to Your Door is going places.
Yeah. And I was thinking, I don't know, I'm just brainstorming here, collaboration or something, maybe. I don't know. You know her, right? And you might have already explored that possibility. I don't know. Just
I haven't,
put it out there. Oh,
but I'm glad you brought it into the ether because I should reach out to her see if there's some synergies there.
Right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, the world is your oyster.
Oh, it's freaking cool.
Yeah.
Nice girl.
Oh yeah,
nice girl.
she's super awesome.
Yeah. She was just, when she started talking about her passion and mission and stuff, I was sitting there, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she's
laser focused.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dang. All right. So that's really awesome. And let's say somebody is wanting to kind of get in the space that you're in and aspires to be you, because there's probably people out there that do want to emulate what you're doing. What would you say to them?
Do it. Like, it's literally never been easier to get started. I mean, when I got started, there were no like how to start a blog. Like, it was like, I mean, I was like piecing together my website, like, and now it's so easy.
Yeah.
If you want to do a website, but I mean, honestly, you can just start for free on social media. Just start putting your content out there. Like, it's literally
just do it.
Just literally just do it.
Okay. Social media, right? You're all about it, right? People are following you. People are commenting, right? This is going to kick some people in the teeth that can't handle criticism, right? Let's say somebody aspires to be like you and they start making content and all of a sudden they're getting kicked, maybe in the shin. Yeah, ouch! Because of the comments, people are nagging at them, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you've dealt with that.
A little bit. I mean, I gotta say, I've cultivated a very supportive community.
That's cool.
Like, you know, I don't get in the weeds too much with the trolls. Of course, it's happened, but yeah, I feel like my followers, I brag about them quite a bit, actually.
And let's say what happens if you see, something not that great as far as a comment goes. How do you handle it?
Sometimes you have to address it, especially if it's like factually incorrect.
So, okay.
Other times, I mean, there are definitely times where it's just like, oh, this person's just angry. Like, and you have to be like, this is a them problem, not a me problem. This
is a them problem, not a me problem. That's a tangible piece of advice that somebody can apply.
Yeah, I think it works in a lot of spaces in life for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you're like, oh, this is a lot more about you than it is about me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to let you sit with that for a bit. I don't need to respond.
Yeah, some guy commented on my workout video the other day on TikTok. Oh. He said it was too soon for me to post workout videos.
Too soon? It's never too soon.
So sad. I thought I was getting jacked at the gym like Arnold's. He crushed me.
Yeah. You can't read the comments. It's not worth it.
So funny. And then this is where I should say, you know what, man? Sounds like a you problem.
That's a you problem.
Not a me problem. Wow. Okay. And then we got sauces coming out soon. Okay.
Yeah.
And who do you emulate? I almost forgot to ask you that.
Oh gosh. I mean, there's so many people. What can I say? I mean, you gotta say, like, Heather with Prep to Your Door. I mean, she's definitely inspiring. They've really been like growing. It's been really cool to see. Let's see, who else is like inspiring to me? There's definitely like some bloggers out there that I feel like just like Half Baked Harvest. She's definitely one of like the big food bloggers. I mean, her work ethic is really like something I think is very, very inspiring. I mean, she's putting out new content like almost every single day, new recipe, and that's so much.
That's crazy.
It's super cool. So I think she's definitely like someone to like aspire to. Gosh, I know there's more, but I'm put on the spot.
Yeah. What about Kelsey in town here? Kelsey. Yeah, Instagram. She's Kelsey. Dang it, she made a book too. Oh. Awesome food. No, I have copies of the book in my house.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. So Much Life.
So Much Life blog.
Yeah, Kelsey Kennedy. Yeah, I love her.
Yeah.
She's super cool.
You're friends?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
She's great. She's a mom. We have her older son and my son are close in age. And yeah, she's very inspiring as well. I mean, she's a very like driven, like I feel like very purposeful and with her content and stuff. I think it's really cool. Like she's been sort of like launching also in San Antonio, which I think is super awesome.
Launching.
Like she's doing kind of like what she's done here in Austin and San Antonio. Like a lot of the like recommendations of like things to do and
we need that.
Places to eat. So yeah, I think that's super, super cool to watch her sort of like grow and kind of like how she's taken her brand, and I think that that's really cool the way she's sort of like grown and diversified for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's got a book. Did you see the book?
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
She's got all these like...
You're going to write a book one day.
Yeah, I mean, I hope to definitely do probably like a recipe book. Cookbook.
Right.
Yeah, that's actually, definitely one of my goals.
And you and Kelsey live in the same zip code.
We do.
On the opposite sides.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Did you not know that?
She used to live very, very close to me, and she moved, and I haven't been to any place.
You're over here. She's over here.
Okay.
So, to my understanding.
But we're South Austin people. I did know that.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And here's a really great one for you, because you just never know, right?
Yeah.
Who do you want to meet that you haven't yet, to pick their brain? Someone that's alive.
Oh, gosh. Who do I want to meet?
Yeah, you're like, gosh, I wish I could just sit down with that person and just ask them 1,500,000 questions.
1,500,000 questions. I mean, it's definitely got to be like a chef person.
Tell me.
I'm trying to think. There's just literally like so many spinning in my head right now.
Yeah.
I mean, just because like I love to cook, and I love to watch people cook, and I love to like learn from just like watching them. That was one of my favorite parts about working in the restaurants, was like I did all the PR and marketing, but I basically had free access to the chefs at all times. And
That's
so I would just
crazy.
like go back there and be like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
I want to hang out. Just like, and just like be like, that's how you salt pasta water. Who knew? It's a lot of salt. No, not like that. Like this. Yep.
What?
Yeah.
You're like a business person. You're a business person, and a chef, and have you ever consulted people before?
Yes, I can. Well,
are you actively consulting?
I'm not actively consulting, no, but I did used to run a sort of like PR, marketing, social media, and I did a lot of consulting during that time. Mm-hmm.
How did you consult people? What did you consult them on?
Well, mostly they're like marketing strategy for their restaurant and or CPG, which would be a sauce, a consumer product good, how to market it, and how to do their social media.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I can see you doing stuff like that. And a lot of restaurants need your help still. Sorry to say it, restaurants of the world in Austin.
They're busy making good food.
Yeah, not everybody's going to know it, though, if they don't have good pictures.
Yep, they got to have them.
Or it says that they're open, and then you show up and they're not open on Google Maps. Like it happened to me last night at this place that I won't talk about.
No, you can tell me after we turn this off, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you what they make. This is what I was going to eat. They have a whole pineapple.
Okay.
They cut the pineapple in half. Maybe they scoop it out of the middle. I don't know. Anyways, there's a lobster tail on it. Barbecue or like grilled shrimp or whatever. Some other stuff.
You have to tell me what this...
A little sauce.
Sauce? Maybe they need some of my sauce.
Yeah, they need that. Yeah, okay, I'll tell you what it is afterwards, yeah. Where are we going with that?
I don't know.
They need your help.
Okay.
So let's say somebody wants to pick your brain, right? And you've got some time for some... you help somebody out, maybe. I don't know. You just never know. I know you're busy. How do they find you? How do they look at your stuff? Where can they get in contact with you?
It is literally on all of the social medias and on the internet. Everything is at NatalieParamore.com. Or just at Natalie Paramore. Just my name, literally. That's it. Just put that in.
Everywhere.
To anywhere, and I'll pop up. That's it. That's that easy.
It's that easy, folks.
That easy.
You heard it here first. Wow. Natalie, so this is a legacy podcast, and we like to ask our guests to share with the world what legacy they'd like to leave with those listening and those listening 100 years from now.
Oh, legacy. I mean, eat good food.
Stop.
Well-fed people are happy people.
Eat good food.
Good food.
Eat good food. Oh my gosh.
That's it.
You know what you gotta get for Christmas this year? You gotta go on Amazon and then get one of those fake neon signs, the plastic ones, made up, custom, that says "Eat good food" and put it up on a wall in your house.
Yep.
Eat good food, everybody.
Eat good food.
Folks, thanks so much for listening in.
Thank you.
Yeah, Natalie Paramore. Find her on Instagram and all the social media platforms. Yeah, eat good food. Till next time.
Till next time.
Cheers.